It is humid, y'all. We come from a hot place, so I'm not like the temperature's fine, but holy crap, look, I'm melting over here. So we got to the airport relatively early. We drive ourselves because it's easier for us to do that than Uber, and it usually ends up being cheaper to pay to park. But anyway, we got on the plane like usual, and then we were told that there was some sort of hydraulic leak, and then we waited on the tarmac for 45 minutes for maintenance to come and fix it. So that was a little bit of a rough start, but that's me kind of being like annoyed by the whole thing. But, making the best of it, of course. Everything had gone pretty smoothly up to that point, so I knew we were due for a hiccup. But I have flown a lot, and this was actually the first time I've ever been stopped for maintenance while still on board the plane. So I was a little bit uneasy about it. And finally, we were able to take off on our way to our layover, which was in Austin. Austin was nice, but since we were delayed on the front end, we really didn't have a whole lot of time there. It's actually one of my favorite airports. It's got a really cool, kind of weird vibe to it. But we grabbed a quick bite to eat, and then immediately upon getting to our gate, we basically started boarding, so Austin was short-lived. Upon arrival into Miami, I was a little bit surprised by how large of an airport it is. I mean, I knew that academically, but in person, the size really surprised me. But we didn't have too hard of a time finding our way out to the baggage claim, and then the Uber pickup area was right outside the doors adjacent to that. So once we got in the right spot and we had our Uber ordered, we were on our way to our hotel. We stayed at the Residence Inn in South Beach, Miami. We decided to stay on South Beach because there's kind of a cool party vibe there. We were only there for a few hours, obviously, because we got in kind of late, and then obviously we had to get up early to embark on the cruise, but we did hit up a local bar there called The Gathering. It's actually a hotel, but it has a pretty chill LGBTQ-friendly bar next to the lobby. And anyone is welcome, even if you're not a hotel guest. It's got kind of a cool neighborhood bar vibe to it, and they have some pretty legit drinks. It was only a few blocks from where we were staying, and in retrospect, we probably should have just stayed there, but we didn't know what the vibe would be like if we actually stayed there. So, we just went back to the hotel and went to sleep. All right, well, good morning. We are in Miami in a hotel. We're about to go down and get some breakfast, and then we're going to go figure out embarkation. So, yeah, this is the adventure update so far. The room we stayed in is nice. Marriott something, what is it, Residence? Yeah, so the Residence in South Beach, Miami, pretty good. And we'll see how the breakfast is, and maybe I'll update you on that. But then we're gonna go try to get on a cruise ship, so yay. All right, so update on the morning so far. We just got done with breakfast. Pretty mixed reviews on that. It was middle of the road at best, but they had a decent number of like options and stuff. It's just like the cooked part of it was pretty gross. Rubbery eggs and overcooked potatoes and that sort of thing. What did you think of breakfast? Yeah, he gives it one shaking finger, which is not a good rating. So, but yeah, we have a couple of hours till we're gonna be leaving the room and whatever. So we're gonna shower and get ready. I'm gonna put on a nice beachy shirt and get ready for this process. A little nervous. I've never actually done this before, so and obviously things are really kind of modified right now, so it's a little extra. But we have everything that they say that we need. So if they don't let us on, then I can throw a fit later, I guess, but hopefully it doesn't come to that. Anyway, so that's just the update. I took some, snapshots, small videos, I guess, of breakfast, and I'll probably put those somewhere in this video or in another video. There will be specific, review videos. I don't know how my life is going to be structured, but You'll know when you see this, hopefully. Yeah, so we'll talk again soon. Oh, and then one more thing. The elephant in the room is my dark eye. I'm not being abused, I promise. Everybody always thinks that. I just have like a hyperpigmentation issue. So if you comment about my dark eye, you're actually insulting my face. So just remember that. But yeah, we'll talk later. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention earlier, because vlogging is hard, is that the coffee's really good here. So the Residence Inn in Miami Beach, definitely high marks for the coffee. Do you agree?
I agree.
Yeah. So even though breakfast was a bit of a bust, the coffee's great. We did eat the breakfast though. We're not food snobs. I mean, we definitely devoured some stuff, but yeah, not my favorite so far, but great coffee. So not too far after that, we said goodbye to the Residence Inn and caught an Uber to the cruise port. The cruise port wasn't too far away, but we did hit some traffic. But then, before we knew it, we were at the place where we were told to be dropped off. There was a shuttle that took us over to the ship, and it was a pretty cool experience looking out the bus window and seeing the MSC Meraviglia come into view. Very, very pretty ship, very large and in charge in person, definitely. And the embarkation process was pretty simple, much simpler than I think we were expecting because of how like strict they were being or how extra they were being with like COVID tests and vaccines and all that stuff. But before we knew it, we were on the gangway heading up to the ship. I actually did live record the first steps onto the ship with, me commenting in person about it. But you'll see that the clip kind of ends really abruptly, and that's because they immediately had us scan in, to get onto the ship. So, yeah, I just decided to do post commentary over it instead. Once on board, we looked around a little bit, but we did have a couple of carry-on bags with us, so we wanted to drop those off at the room, which was ready right away, but they did make an announcement about an hour later that the rooms were ready, so we may have gone over there too early. But our keys opened the door, and our stateroom was set up already and everything, so I don't think anyone minded that we went in a little bit early. All right, so we made it on the ship. The embarkation process was pretty painless, assuming you have all the documentation that you need. Saw a couple of people having some issues, but gotta do what you gotta do. They sent me like 1 million emails with all the updates, so yeah, that's the advice I can give you, is just make sure you're staying up to date on what's required. You can go to the website of your cruise line and find that on the home page, and yeah, it's pretty easy. So yeah, not too bad of an experience so far. We're gonna go to our muster drill here in a little bit, and then probably go grab a drink. Well, drink first, I'm assuming, and then up to the top deck so we can have a sail away party here in a little bit. So that's the plan. I'm assuming that's how this works. But day one, embarkation. So far, so good. Do you have anything to add?
No. What are these for?
Carlos says no, nothing to add. But since he just asked what these are for, I'll show you what he's referring to, and that's my Apple Watch. Sorry, I'm an idiot. This is for contact tracing. It's part of the, protocols that they have right now, and it's going to monitor everything we touch and everywhere we go, so that in the event that there's some sort of outbreak or issue, they can let us know, like, hey, the door that you opened yesterday, someone with COVID also opened that door yesterday, so maybe we should check on you or whatever. But yeah, our cruise cards are all set up. We can go buy some drinks. Well, we already paid a boatload of money for a package, but whatever. Gotta do what we gotta do. And we're gonna take full advantage of that, so I'll probably be pretty silly the whole time, hopefully. I once got a comment that said I have the personality of an armpit, so hopefully alcohol will help rid me of that. Talk soon. After that, we left the room and we made our way up to the 15th deck, which is where the Lido pool deck is, and also the main buffet. Well, actually the only buffet on board, and that's where they had lunch ready for us. This was our first encounter with the buffet, which we will talk about a lot in this vlog series. MSC is not really known for their food, and we obviously have some opinions of that ourselves. But that first day, we got a couple of snacky things, some desserts, and we did notice that they had some COVID provisions in place. Obviously, we had to wear masks unless we were seated, but even some of the tables were marked off as being out of service because they wanted everyone to more or less socially distance from each other, since the buffet and the main dining room were two of the places where a lot of people were at a given time without a mask on. And I appreciated seeing those measures, and I really did feel safe the entire time that we were there. After that, we went over to the outdoor portion of Deck 15, which is their atmosphere bar and the main pool and all that. We were greeted right away by the bar staff who wanted to fill us with drinks while we waited for the muster drill and for the ship to leave port. I thought it was really great of them that they sold us a drink package and then wanted us to get the most of it. There wasn't really ever any point on the cruise that we felt like the bar staff was avoiding us as a way to save money or anything. And pretty much all the drinks we had were full flavored and nice and strong.
Alright, so here we are on the pool deck. I am drinking a strawberry daiquiri because, as you do, and it is currently 4:35 in the afternoon, so we have about an hour or so until we're going to start sailing away. It's supposed to be kind of like a sail away party type deal here on the deck, after muster drill, I'm guessing, so yeah, we'll play all that by ear. We're making use of this drink package though, that's for sure. I'm gonna flip things over to, gosh, sorry, I keep getting an ugly angle of my face. But anyway, I'm gonna flip the camera around so that you can see Carlos and he can say a few words about how he's doing. We took some allergy meds and some seasickness pills earlier, and that sort of affected him a little bit. So I'll let him tell you all about it.
A little tipsy, or feel drunk.
Yeah, so he felt drunk before we even drank, so that's where we're at right now. But anyway, so far Embarkation Day has been pretty fun. We'll talk soon.
Just a sort of a disclaimer, it's definitely not recommended that you mix alcohol with allergy medicine and seasickness pills, but in our defense, we actually did take those right before we boarded, so there was a time span of close to 2 hours between taking the pills and actually having our first drink. But anyway, yeah, you definitely want to be healthy, especially when you're going to be in the middle of the ocean and the nearest hospital may be several hours away.
So, another update for you all. It is humid, y'all. We come from a hot place, so I'm not the temperature's fine, but holy crap, look, I'm melting over here. This kind of humidity is outrageous to me. But we're still in port. We're gonna muster in the next 15 minutes and then sail away after that. So yeah. We also have dinner in an hour and a half, and I hope I'm gonna be hungry because I'm pretty stuffed still from lunch. But I'm sure it's gonna be fine. Gosh, I look like AG double hockey sticks. Hell? Can you say hell on YouTube? I guess you can now. Talk soon.
One long blast. This is not a signal to abandon ship. When you hear this signal, go straight to your assembly station. You'll find your assembly station on your cruise card and your cabin door.
All right, everyone, we're back from the muster drill. Pretty standard stuff. We did learn something, though. Carlos, what did we learn?
Go to the left.
Yep, we learned that we need to turn left out of our door, not right, because if you turn right, you're going to go all the way down to, I don't know, the far end of whatever hallway that leads to, then go down, and then go all the way back through to our muster station, which is almost directly below us. So, yeah, we went the long way. So we're a little bit winded, partially because I've gained weight recently, but partially because it was quite a journey that we went on. But we're mustered up, and assuming that they've recorded us properly and all that, then, good to go. We're going to start hitting the open water here shortly. But, yeah, that's the update for you all for now. We'll talk soon. All right, so we're about ready to head down to dinner, over to dinner, I guess. So you can see we're all kind of fancied up a little bit, not too crazy, but just doing what we do. And yeah, we're gonna go see what night one dinner is like. So we'll talk soon.
During dinner, the ship started moving. I'm not sure if there was actually a sail away party. I asked around and everybody said no, not really. They did have music and stuff on deck 15, but they have that going pretty much all the time anyway. But either way, we were at dinner when it was happening, and so we went back to our room after dinner so that we could check on the balcony and see what it looked like to have the water splashing against the ship and have the sun setting as we left Florida. Then we ended up going to the Brass Anchor pub that they have on board, and they had trivia going on. We didn't actually participate in trivia that night, but little did we know, two people that we've become pretty good friends with were there doing trivia, and we ended up combining forces with them for pretty much all of the other trivia sessions, and it ended up being a lot of fun. We also caught the back end of a dome show, which is something that the MSC Meraviglia has exclusively unique to it. We were told it's the largest LED screen at sea, and it really is a cool thing. And they had shows on it several times a day, and they also used it to like project pictures and advertisements and things. It made the promenade look really unique and really pretty.
Well, hello there, friends. We're about to see a show, magic show apparently. So we'll see how this goes. But yeah, we're in the theater now, doing what we do. We'll talk later. All right, so we made it back to the room after a day of fun in the sun. Well, some of it was in the sun. Others of it was in the bowels of the ship. But anyway, what did we do today? All kinds of stuff. So we didn't do trivia, but we were in the Irish pub, Brass Anchor or whatever it's called, during trivia, having a few drinks. It made me feel really dumb, so there's that. And then, what happened after that? There was some, like, live music at one point in, like, the Meraviglia Lounge, which was cool. We explored the ship quite a bit. We saw a magic show, which you've probably already seen some sort of footage or whatever for that. And, then we went to this, classic rock tribute concert, with this band whose name I can't remember. Do you remember their name?
No.
Yikes. Maybe editing Travis will remember to put the name on the screen. If not, we'll talk about it later for sure. But yeah, all in all, it was a good embarkation day. I feel like we did a lot today, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost 1 a.m. now, right? Yeah. So yeah, we made the most of today. Definitely had several 20,000 rounds of drinks and all of that. We'll be in Nassau tomorrow, so we'll be getting off the ship and exploring a little bit. We don't have any excursions or anything booked because we've never been before, so we wanted to just kind of like play things by ear, go with the flow. And then I have a couple of future cruises booked. So I'll probably explore a little bit more with excursions and that kind of thing on those cruises. But meantime, we're just in bed, pretty tired at this point. I'm ready for some Z's. How about you?
Yes, I am.
So you can sort of hear him in the background. He's not wearing a shirt. He already started disrobing, I guess, and so he refused to be in the vlog for this evening. I'll make sure that he's in tomorrow night's vlog, and as a matter of fact, he's going to lead tomorrow night's vlog. Our closing remarks is going to be all Carlos, I promise. He told me that himself, didn't you?
Mm-mm.
He's saying no, but he means yes. And yeah, so we'll be back with you in the morning then, and we'll see what kind of trouble we can get into tomorrow. But yeah, have a good night. We'll talk soon.